Ladies and gentlemen, rector sir, teachers, students, distinguished guests. As we transition to the next phase for Class 5, we have the pleasure of presenting Ashwab Sumargi. Ashwab is set to captivate us with his recitation of the timeless poem, I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud. Please welcome Ashwab Sumargi.
I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud by William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the Sadat sun and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. Then thousands saw I at a glance, tossing their head in sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced but they, out did the sparkling waves in glee, in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the soul to me had brought. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bills of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills, and dances with the daffodils.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce our next participant from Class 5, Srijan Das. Srijan is poised to enthrall us with his recitation of My Doggy Ate My Essay. Put your hands together for Srijan Das.
My doggy ate my essay by Dan Sardelli. My doggy ate my essay. He picked up all my mail. He cleaned my dirty closet and dusted with his tail. He straightened out my posters and swept my wooden floor. My parents almost fainted when he fixed my bedroom door. I did not try to stop him. He made my windows shine. My room looked like a palace and my dresser smelled like pine. He fluffed off every pillow and folded all my clothes. He even cleaned my fish tank with a toothbrush and a hose. I thought it was amazing to see him use a broom. I'm glad that he ate my essay on how to clean my room. I'm glad that he ate my essay on how to clean my room.
We now have the pleasure of presenting our next participant from Class 5, Akshat Sahu. Akshat is ready to mesmerize us with his recitation, King Bruce and the Spider, a timeless tale of resilience and determination. Please welcome Akshat Sahu.
King Bruce and the Spider by Liza Cook. King Bruce of Scotland flung himself down in a lonely mood to think. 'Tis true he was monarch and wore a crown, but his heart was beginning to sink, for he had been trying to do a great deed to make his people glad. He had tried and tried, but couldn't succeed, and so he became quite sad. He flung himself down in a low despair, as grieved as man would be, and after a while he pondered there, "I'll give it all up," said he. Now, just at the moment the spider dropped with its silken filmy clue, and the king in the midst of his thinking stopped to see what the spider would do. It was a long way up to the ceiling dome, and it hung by a rope so fine. That's how it would get into its cobweb home. King Bruce could not divine. It soon began to cling and crawl straight up with strong endeavors. But down it came with a sleeping sprawl, as near to the ground as ever. Up it ran, not a second it stayed, to either the least complaint, till it fell still lower, and there it lay, and a little dizzy and faint. Its head grew steady, again it went, and travelled a half-yard higher. 'Twas a delicate thread it had to tread, and the road where its feet would tire. Again it fell and swung below, but up it quickly mounted, till up and down, now fast, now slow, 9 brave attempts were counted. Steadily, inch by inch, higher and higher he got, and a bold little run at the very last pinch put him into its native spot. Bravo! Bravo! The king cried out, all honor to those who try. The spider up there defied despair, he conquered, and why should not I? Sure, said the king, that foolish thing will strive no more to climb, when it toils so hard to reach and cling, and tumbles every time. Whenever you find your heart despair of doing some goodly thing, come over this train, try bravely again, and remember the spider and the king. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rector Sir, esteemed judges, as we dwell with the category of our elocution competition, we are enthralled to introduce our final participant of the Class 5 category. Please join me in welcoming Gagno Apang, who is about to grace us with his rendition, Television. Please welcome Gagno Apang.
Television by Roald Dahl. The most important thing we have learned so far as children are concerned is never let them near your television set. Or better still, just don't install the idiotic thing at all. In almost every house we have been, we have watched them gapping at the screen. They loll and flop and lounge about and stare until their eyes pop out. Last week in someone's place, we saw a dozen eyeballs on the floor. They sit and stare and stare and sit until they are hypnotized by it, until they are absolutely drunk with all that shocking, ghastly junk. Oh yes, we know, it keeps them still. They don't climb out the window sill. They never fight or kick or punch. They leave you free to cook the lunch and wash the dishes in the sink. But did you ever stop to think, to wonder just exactly what it does to your beloved thought? It rots the sense in the head. It kills the imagination dead. It clogs and clutters up the mind. It makes a child so dull and blind he can no longer understand a fantasy, a fairyland. His brain becomes as soft as cheese. His power of thinking rust and freeze. He cannot think, he only sees. All right, you will cry. All right, you will say. But if we take the set away, what shall we do to entertain Our darling children, please explain. We will answer this by asking you what the darling wants to do. How used they keep themselves contained before this monster was invented? Have you forgotten? Don't you know? We will say it loud and slow. They used to read. They did. Read and read and read and read and then proceed. Such wondrous, fine, fantastic tales of dragons, gypsies, queens and whales, and treasure isles and distant shores, where smugglers rode with muffled oars, and pirates wearing purple pants, and sailing ships, and elephants, and cannibal crouching round a pot, staring away at something hot. It smells so good. What can it be? Good gracious, it's Penelope. The younger ones had Beatrix Potter with Mr. Toad, the dirty rotter, and Squirrel Nutkin Pigling Blank, and Mrs. Tiggy Wiggle, and just how the camel got his hump, and just how the monkey lost his rump, and Mr. Toad, and bless my soul, there is Mr. Rat and Mr. Mole. Oh, books! What books they used to know! Those children living long ago. So please, oh please, we beg, we pray, go throw your TV set away, and in its place you can install a lovely bookshelf on the wall. Then fill the shelves with lots of books, ignoring all the dirty looks, the screams and yells, the bites and kicks, and children hitting you with sticks. Fear not, because we promise you that in about a week or two of having nothing else to do, they will now begin the feel of need of having something to read. And once they start, oh boy, you watch the slowly growing joy that fills their heart. They will grow so keen. They will wonder what they had ever seen in that ridiculous machine that now sitting foul and clean, repulsive television screen. And later, each and every kid will love you more for what you did. Thank you.
In class 5 category, there is a joint winner in the 3rd place, Sri John Das and Akshat Sahu. In the 2nd place is Ashwab Sumargi, and in the 1st place is Gadano Abang.
This brings an end to the individual category. Put your hands together for all the participants who class 2 to 5 who come out here and done a wonderful job.